Taga Quezon City pala sila mga kabayan ko. Yan. Kadarating lang po nila.
Okay, habang inaayos po natin
Minawagayway ni Ma'am hakbang ng maisog.
Muli, kilalanin po natin,
dami nila oh.
mga kababayan, ang ating mga kasamahan na nandito ngayon para sa ating luksang bayan. One Bangsamoro Movement. Saan po kayo? Sigaw! Hukbong Federal! Maranao Leaders! Leperisa Malate Group Manila! Akma San Mateo, Quezon City!
Sa hangin, tumitigit magsilbi.
Las Piñas, mamamayan, ayaw sa anomalya. It's a Friday Group. Caloocan Chapter, Urban Sector, Labor Group, Maisog, Quezon City. At syempre mga kababayang Maisog, ang siyang nagsimula at nanguna sa paghakbang ng hakbang na Maisog, malakas at masigabong palakpakan, TOPS Coalition! Kilusang Pagbabago Lead Organization Incorporated! Palakpakan po natin!
Naman po mga kabayan ko no, kasi medyo lumalakas po yung ulan sa ngayon dito sa may liwasang Bonifacio. Pero kung makikita nyo, marami naman po sa karamihan dito ang may bitbit or may dalang payong.
Po natin ng lubos na pangunawa kung bakit po tayo nandito ngayong gabi, ay ibinibigay ko po sa inyo para sa isang rasyonale. Palakpakan po natin si Ma'am Chuchi Villar. Palakpakan po natin.
Salamat po. Magandang hapon niyo sa lahat. Andito po ako para basahin itong mensahe para sa ating lahat po at sa mga bawat Pilipino. Never again to Marcos dictatorship. Luksang Bayan, 21st September 2024. This September 21, 2024, today, it will be 50 years since the dictator Ferdinand Marcos Sr. declared martial law. It was a reign of terror, anguish, pain, suffering, and death, for which the scars remain in many homes and families to this day. It was a dark moment in our nation's history when our people suffered not only at the hands of foreign invaders, but the betrayal by one of our own. The observance of these forces, the Filipino, to pause and reflect on the dangers and destruction that the dictatorship imposes on the nation. It is only because the son and the namesake, President Marcos, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., is slowly but unmistakably dragging back the nation to dictatorship. It is his administration that has taken the country to its lowest depths in times of peace. While the ordinary Filipino is suffering from inflation, poverty, and crime, BBM and his minions, particularly the oligarchs and his political allies, wallow in the extravagance and luxury perhaps unrivaled than at any other time in our nation's history. While more and more Filipinos are dropping under the poverty level, the privileged few get obscenely rich. While more and more Filipinos are giving up rights and privileges in exchange for government-sponsored ayudas and dole-outs, those who are in the good graces of the Marcoses and their minions increasingly abuse their power by harassing and persecuting political opponents, particularly the Duterte family and those who serve under them at the slightest provocation. While Congress and the Senate viewing public spectacle of arrogance and abuse of their legislative powers by humiliating and subjecting critics to trial by publicity, the man on the street struggled with daily challenges of coping with the decreasing value of the peso and the rising incidence of criminality and government's inability to deal with natural disasters. One of the lessons Filipinos learned during the reign of greed and savagery of the Marcos Sr. dictatorship was that it cannot count on the politicians, businessmen, media, and even the church to rise up and defend them. They will have to do it on their own. Another lesson was that the Filipinos waited too long to stand up and oppose the abuses and the excesses of the Marcos dictatorship. The Filipinos were patient for 52 years until everything was taken away from them. Their freedom, their dignity, their hopes, and even their very lives. They say the fruit does not fall far from the tree. BBM certainly is the dictator's son, in more ways than one. There is no mistaking that the creeping dictatorship in our midst, in the looting of government coffers and the rape of democracy, even worse than the father, BBM has not bothered to hide his drug problem and has refused to address calls for a hair follicle drug test, which his allies divert by making a public spectacle of the shameless witch hunt not only of Duterte allies, but of business rivals of their cronies. The mainstream media willingly plays its part by its one-sided coverage of the demolition job against critics, which remaining completely silent to the calls for their follicle drug tests of BBM and those in the circle of power. While allegations of sorts have been thrown at Vice President Sara Duterte and those who served under the former President Rodrigo Duterte, mainstream media has not reported the calls for accountability and transparency in the spending of BBM, Speaker Romualdez, senators and congressmen, particularly on their abusive practice of liquidation by certification audit. Except for a few commentators and columnists who ask the right questions and they to criticize abuses, most reports and commentaries make it appear that the country is on the right track and there is nothing to be concerned and afraid of. Also hovering dangerously is on the on-again, off-again push to change the Constitution by the People's Initiative. A deception in itself, because this has never been a people's initiative, but a naked scheme to legalize the perpetuation in power of the Marcos and Romualdez families. While it has been on hold due to the people's fierce opposition, this initiative is not yet dead. It will be set into motion when the people are preoccupied with other urgent concerns not to notice it. Over and above this threat, is the unmistakable drift to war on the West Philippine Sea, a disputed body of water that millions of Filipinos will never visit in their lifetime, and will not bring about a change in their lives. Even if the unthinkable victory happens, it is a war where Filipinos have nothing to gain and nothing to lose, and everything to lose, a cause not worth fighting and dying for. Sadly, while the Philippines has gained no small measure of respect and stability during solidarity, all Filipinos who sympathize with this cause to end the dictatorship are enjoined to wear black today, whether they are joining the mobilization or not. It is time to tell BBM, the dictator, that we can no longer tolerate his refusal to undergo the hair follicle test, the abuses and excesses of Congress and the Senate, corruption in all levels, and increasing poverty. Dismantle the Marcos Romualdez dictatorship, transparency and accountability in government, no to people's initiatives, no to Mar, and defend the flag. Thank you.
Mga kababayan, palakpakan po natin, Ma'am Chuchi Villar.